Welcome back to Gentle Herb Gardening, where we uncover forgotten natural secrets that bring your soil and your garden back to life. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, because today's story might just change the way you look at your soil forever. I had a garden bed that looked completely lifeless, dry, compacted and dead. Nothing was growing, no worms, no life, just dust. But then I tried something unexpected. A liquid made from simple ingredients. I poured it over the soil, and within 3 days it was alive again. The surface started to move, tiny tunnels appeared, and worms, hundreds then thousands of them, started showing up. This isn't magic, it's science, nature's way of reviving itself when given the right trigger. Let's talk about the liquid worm activator that brings soil back from the dead. When soil becomes compacted or starved of organic matter, it loses its microbes, the invisible workers that make life possible underground. Without these microbes, worms have nothing to eat, so they leave. And when the worms disappear, the soil loses its structure, oxygen and fertility. Most people try to fix this by dumping compost or fertilizer, but here's the truth. Without microbial life, compost alone can't fix dead soil. That's where this liquid life formula comes in. It jump-starts microbial activity, which signals worms to return almost instantly. This liquid is something I now call the Worm Revival Tea, and it's made from just a few simple organic ingredients. Ingredients: 1 liter of non-chlorinated water, rainwater or filtered water works best, 1 tablespoon of molasses or brown sugar, 1 handful of worm castings or compost, 1 tablespoon of rice water or fermented plant juice, and, if you have it, a small pinch of yeast or lactic acid bacteria. These ingredients create the perfect environment for microbes to multiply rapidly. The molasses feeds the bacteria, the compost or castings provide microbial inoculants, and the rice water adds enzymes and natural growth hormones. When combined, they form a microbial explosion, a living liquid that wakes up the soil almost overnight. First, fill a container with 1 liter of water. Next, add the molasses and stir until fully dissolved. Then add the compost or worm castings, add the rice water. Mix thoroughly and cover loosely to allow airflow. Let it sit for 24 to 48 hours in a warm spot. After 2 days, the surface will start to bubble. That's a sign of fermentation and microbial activity. Strain the liquid and dilute it 1 to 5 with water. That's 1 part tea to 5 parts water. Now you're ready to pour it directly onto your garden soil. Once you pour this living liquid into the soil, something incredible happens. The microbes immediately start breaking down dead organic matter. This releases carbon dioxide and warmth, signals that worms detect. The sweet smell and microbial activity literally attract worms from the surrounding area. Within 24 hours, you'll notice the soil softening. Within 72 hours, worm tunnels will start to appear. It's like reviving an ecosystem from dormancy. And the best part? You didn't have to dig till or spend a fortune. Worms are drawn to microbial activity because that's where their food is. When the soil becomes biologically active, worms instinctively migrate toward it. This method doesn't just attract worms, it keeps them. Once they settle in, their castings enrich the soil even further, creating a self-sustaining cycle of fertility. Think of it like priming the soil's immune system. 1 dose of this microbial elixir turns dead dirt into a living, breathing soil network. For best results, repeat this treatment every 2 weeks during the growing season. You can also use it as a root drench for new transplants. It helps them establish faster by increasing beneficial soil microbes around their roots. If you have a worm bin or compost pile, adding a small amount of this tea will accelerate decomposition and boost worm reproduction. After 3 days, I couldn't believe what I saw. My once dead soil was teeming with movement. The dull brown color turned richer, the surface stayed moist longer, and plants that looked weak started showing new growth. By the end of 2 weeks, I had an entire community of worms and microbes rebuilding the soil from within. That's the power of working with nature, not against it. You don't need expensive fertilizers or chemical treatments to fix your soil. Sometimes all it takes is a few simple ingredients to restore balance and let life take over again. So next time your garden looks lifeless, don't lose hope. Try this living liquid and watch how your soil and your plants come back stronger than ever. If this helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with another gardener. Let's bring life back to the soil, one garden at a time.